Still have all my signs from the other night. Jeffrey KomiKhan's party. I'm still alive, for those of you that were worried about me. I am getting over a cold. It is not a hangover. Good to see you. Gorilla Grodd is already in the room. I'm doing the last part in my 2018 wrap-up right now. I kind of did a little bit of it with Alec on our new comic book club last week. But I'm kind of trying to bundle it all in here on my channel, so I've got these as shorter videos that are easier to kind of put together. I'm glad Jeffrey's here because you're a part of this too. There's a whole bunch of stuff linked in this video if you go into the description. So if you want to find anything at the end, if you're like, oh wait, he mentioned this video or that video, you can go find it. How did this whole top 4 of 2018 get started for me? It was Tony Sanders having a couple of questions that sort of he tagged me in, and a contest that he's got going for right now for his 500 subscribers. He wanted to know, what are the books you want to get in 2019? For me, it became a thing of wanting to recap all of 2018 and then finish with this video for 2019. So that's going to be a big part of what I'm doing here. But then I got tagged by Jeffrey KomiKhan on a video that he made called How Do You Collect? About what's your style of collecting. He made a lot of great points about it doesn't have to be about big boy books or grails. It doesn't need to be about slabs versus non-slabs. It could be so much more. There's a lot more choices out there. So a little bit of that is going to come into play here as well. I also promised, like I do each time, I'm going to be throwing out 2 people that I think you could check on Instagram or YouTube and subscribe to. And I've mentioned these people a few times on different channels, so I wanted to throw them out here. It's DComicQueen, and she's on YouTube and Instagram, or Steve B on YouTube, also known as Burke Nasty 54 Comics on Instagram. Steve B is going to drop his very first video today. So make sure you sub them up. Again, the links for their YouTube channels are right there in my description for this video. They both have anywhere from 5 or 10 to 95 subscribers. Very small channels, just getting started, but they're really fun people, and I think they could create a lot of cool content. I'm sorry, I've got a little bit of a cold. I'm just trying to get through it. I got to be ready for tonight because it's Comic Tom. Got to be ready for that. Some cool people in the chat. I saw Jeffrey. I saw Gorilla Grodd. Mr. Miracle. Of course, Alec is here. How you doing, buddy? Weapon X Squall Comics. That's a new one for me. Good to see you. Mr. Garrow, Bake the Snake, always showing up. Doomed and Confused. I love Doomed and Confused on Instagram. I follow constantly. He's got hysterically good stuff. Sometimes really, really humorous. Sometimes just really cool books, but really a cool guy. Marvel Joe, Comic Geek McD, my buddy in Scotland. How's it going? It was so much fun hanging on Jeffrey's channel. I'm still recovering physically and mentally. I can't believe he did a 6.5-hour show. The guy is a beast. Intellect 85, good to see you. Roman Curtis, good to see you. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to be going through how I collect, and that's going to be a big part of what I'm collecting in 2019. So it's going to be a little bit of both of those things. The first thing I want to show you, I'm going to split my screen here, screen share my stuff here. Let's see if this works all right. Let's see, start right there. So this is my books for next year that I want to start collecting. I'm going to start here with the opposite order that I did with Alec. This is my big boy books right here. I've got the ones that almost everybody wants, as far as first Daredevil, first X-Men, first Wolverine. A lot of these things are going to be big books. Really classic Robin in Detective Comics, Dr. Doom, and of course First Galactus and Silver Surfer. These are the insane big boy books that I want to get. Why? They mean something to me. These are characters that mean something to me. So if I go back to you know, what Jeffrey KomiKhan was talking about, for me, I collect because of stories and characters that I like. I don't collect for money. I very rarely sell my books. So I'm not collecting to make a profit. Now, of course, every once in a while I do sell a book, and I hope to make a little money on that. And I'm going to join Alec maybe in his first round of auctions, and I hope to make a little bit of money. But then I'm going to use it to buy the books and the characters that mean something to me. So I'm a collector that goes after the stories. Sometimes there's stories that are extremely valuable. Like, you know, a storyline I just recently got, the Dark Knight Returns, the individual issues, Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. It's a story that meant a lot to me, and those books have held their value. They're valuable books. At the same time, I also just recently bought the New Avengers, the first Bendis run on New Avengers. And I got all those books for less than $30, and there's about 60-something books. I'm missing 2. So I wasn't buying those for money. I was buying those because I love the story, and I want to just have those books. So that's a little bit of how I collect. Now, I will also say this, Jeffrey, that over time, how I collect has changed in a big way. When I was a kid, it was all about a good story, and I damaged the books and ruined them, and it was just like, I really just wanted to read a good story, and that was it. As I've gotten older, the kinds of stories that I collect, it changes, right? I'm going to enjoy different books that I didn't enjoy when I was little. So that evolves as well. Let's see what's going on in the chat. People saying hello to everybody. Book club is tonight. My channel and Comic Tom 101, we're doing Conan issue #1, and I'm going to go to my LCS here in the next like hour or so. So I'll be able to read it early. I'm not working this week. It's next week that I'm back to work, so I can have more time reading the book this week. TJ's in the chat. Fire Guy Ryan, good to see you, man. Yeah, you jumped in right at the right time, right? Awesome. So I'm going to close that one that I just did, and let's go to Level High. So that was my big boy books. And again, I don't expect to get any of those. However, I do want to try to work towards one of those, at least at some point in the next few years. All right, start screen sharing. All right, so these are my medium books. Oh, nope, I don't want the medium, I want the high. Let's see if I can get the high books on there. Did that work? Nope, it still looks like it's on the medium books. Get those out of the way. The higher books are going to be, obviously, the ones that are a little more expensive. Yeah, Dem Legs is on the medium level. So let me, yeah, that's not super happy with me. I'm going to try to go back. I'm just learning how to do this screen share, so I'm sorry. Screen sharing is still kind of new to me. I've got a lot of screens open, so let me see if I can try that again. Let's try high. There we go. Screen share that. Yes, Dem Legs is definitely on my medium list. So this is the high. The high page is going to be the ones that are definitely more expensive. The big one for me on this list has always been Saga. I really, really want to get a Saga 1. I think that's going to be a book that I prioritize. Other stuff, this whole top row is stuff that I think I'm going to definitely go after, along with this Forever People. If you don't know, that's the first full appearance of Darkseid. And I've been showing on Instagram some of the cameo appearances of Darkseid that I collected, and those are going to be part of some videos I start doing this month, showing the Christmas books that I got, because there's so many of them and they're so huge. I don't want to do them all in one video, so you'll see some of that. But yeah, Forever People. This is an issue that that is the first full appearance of Darkseid. All right, let's see. Stop screen sharing. Back to me. But again, if you look at that list, it's a lot of characters, right? I'm a big Daredevil fan. I'm interested in some of these early DC characters, and I do like Silver Surfer as well. So I'm starting to get into some of those Silver Surfer storylines as well. So if I close the high one now, let's try sharing on the medium. Where's my medium list? Dem Legs. Here she comes. I will say, when Alec and I did this, our plan was not to like basically be asking people to send us these books, but in both our cases, people are sending us these books. It's kind of wild. That was not our plan. So I do have now, apparently I'm getting the Sentry issue here in the middle from Tony Sanders as just an A-OK. So crazy kind of him to do that. I've just started to get into this character and learn a little bit about them. I will say bottom right corner, Fables #1. That's a book I've wanted for a long time because I just really love that story. And I did say, I think on Comic Book Club with Alec, I do not believe it's a property that's going to gain in value at any point. It's not. It's going to be a real tough thing to ever become a TV show or a movie, which is a shame because it's amazing. I just want it because it's great. The others are just either really great covers, and I usually don't buy for covers, but these are kind of exceptional. And I'm getting into Adam Hughes covers. And then the other two, first appearance of Mephisto, a character I've always really liked, and a great cover for him to first appear in. And then Thanos, of course. I'm trying to get the original issues because I'm missing 13 and 14 in that run. I have second printings and variant covers, but I don't have the original ones. So that's my medium list. And again, I think it comes down to characters that I like. I really like in the DC universe. I think Catwoman has always been one of my favorite characters. I'm a big Batman universe. You know, when Ryan and I broke down our top 5 villains, Two-Face was on there. I'm a big Batman, and his extended universe I always find really interesting, especially Robin, Two-Face, Catwoman. Those are like top tier for me. I love those characters. I agree, Ryan. Fables would be an amazing HBO show. And I'm bummed that it will never be that, because I just don't. I think the properties are so convoluted to get the rights to all these characters, even though Disney doesn't own Snow White. To get all of these properties together is super complicated, and it's a lot of legal drama that would have to play out. So it's kind of a bummer on that one. Let's see here. Mr. Garrell says he orders books online, so he doesn't watch it live. Mr. Garrell, I totally understand. And honestly, I struggle to get to my comic book shop some days on Wednesday. Sometimes I need to go on a Thursday. So I've been lucky that this run of 10 or 11 episodes, I haven't had to do that. But I would not have been able to go. If we had picked X-Force 1, I would not have been able to go, because Alec and we did something different. I don't think it was because of me, but I was driving to Utah that day. I was not able to hit my LCS. I would have had to just find a comic book shop along the route somewhere and just dive in. So I totally understand. It's not an easy thing to get to manage. Let's see here. I'm going to do, I think last screen share is low. There we go. And I will say this, like I mentioned earlier, it's going to depend on grade. So I've got Wolverine #2 in my low category, because it can be a $50 book if it's in a really nice condition, but I don't need it in a super nice condition. And the truth is, I got an Instagram message just the other day that somebody said they had a really low copy of this that they didn't want to bother with selling on eBay, that he might just give to me. So I might actually have a Wolverine 2 on its way here at some point. This is Frank Miller, who I adore. I'm a huge Frank Miller fan, especially the early stuff. Just really, really killer artist and writer. So that's on here. And then some of the stuff that's completing runs for me. Another Thanos book. And then this Alex Ross cover in the center. When Ryan got me into Green Lantern, that was the cover that I was like, this is my vision of Hal Jordan. That is just a superb piece of artwork. And besides being a part of a really good story. So I really do love that Alex Ross cover. Ryan says he has that Green Lantern. There you go, buddy. I'm glad you have still some books left. Ryan is like such a selfless guy. You know, he's all about the team. He supports so many people on Instagram. I tease him that I'm about to beat him on Instagram, but it's only because I'm constantly posting content to like boost my own channel or to show off books or to interact with people. Ryan is just cheerleading. He bips. I mean, every time I go to see a cool post and I want to comment, Ryan has already liked it. Ryan has already commented on somebody's books. He's just supremely supportive out there. On top of which, the dude donated like most of his collection to the mail call so that it could really get on its feet and continue to support all of us. People have been posting their books with Ryan's writing on the back of the board, because he's been writing on the back of his books when he bought it and stuff. It's crazy. So dude is like incredibly kind. He's about to stream Spider-Man this morning, but I'm too hangry. Nah, I understand that. All right, so that was my last part of my books for 2019 that I'm going for, and we I closed the wrong window. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm back. I clicked the wrong window, and I'm back though. I clicked on the wrong thing. This is the trouble with me and screen share. Sorry about that. I did teleport away. So I really want to talk a little bit about Jeffrey's channel and what he posted the other day. I was really blown away by the fact that he commented on something that I think is very stressful, which is the way that we collect, how you do it. You know, I have friends that have never slabbed a book. I have friends that have never put books in plastic bags and boards, that have books piled all around. I mean, that it's their money to spend. Now, it might stress us. So I watch my girls and they share a book and they fold it back over itself to share it. And I've done it. It stresses me, but it's their book. If I've bought it for them, it's their book. Inversely, I might buy a giant size X-Men 1 and never slab it. And that might stress other people out. I think how you collect is very connected to the kind of person that you are and what you enjoy at that time. And I'm somebody that I have slabs. I have nothing against slabbing books. I want to read them. That's my priority, is I want to take a book and really just absorb it and enjoy it. So I understand all the different angles of it, and it was kudos to Jeffrey to kind of say, like, this is how I collect. Like, how do you collect it? There's no wrong way to do it. Once you've bought that book, it's yours. I mean, you want to use it for kindling? I guess you could. Like, there's no wrong way for you to do what you want with your property. I think the comment he was trying to make was, there's a variety and there's a spectrum out there. And whether you're on one side where you want to slab everything and you're gonna put them on your wall and you're gonna put protective sleeves to cover them from the UV lights and all these things, or if you're somebody that keeps them, like I do, pretty much all in plastic bins and stored in closets and spaces around the house, or whether you pile them up and you've got them all around you, there's no wrong way to do it. And I really appreciate him doing that. So I just wanted to let you know that, Jeffrey, that I really valued that. I linked Jeffrey's video, How Do You Collect? I'm tagging Steve B, who is doing his very first video today. So I'm tagging him to go and do the same thing. How does he collect? What is it that he is doing in his collecting? I also I left the link to the book club episode where I spend a little more time going through my lists, and you can see what Alec has on his wish list for 2019. I had technical issues that day, so I'm hoping that this worked a little bit better for that. I also linked Tony Sanders' channel so that you can see his video for his contest, and if you want to join in, it goes all the way until Valentine's Day, by which time he'll have 5,000 subscribers, and he'll have a whole bunch of other contests going. So if you go to his channel and subscribe, you could be in on a whole bunch of fun contests. Lastly, I've got Steve B and DComicQueen. It's not DComicQueen, it's just D, the letter, and then Comic Queen. She has an IG and a YouTube, and so does Steve B, and Burke Nasty is his other name on Instagram. They're just really, really cool people. It's possible that my mailman is going to come today with a whole pile of stuff, and I may have to throw another unboxing live stream into our day today, which would be 3 live streams today for me. It'll depend on what comes today. We've had our mail being held for us for the last week while we were traveling, so it could be a giant pile or it could be very little, and that stuff's coming still later in the week. So definitely want to check back in with the channel at all today if you want, or hit the notification bell while you're liking this video and everything else, because I might have 2 other live streams today, an unboxing, and then later tonight, of course, book club is at 8 o'clock Pacific, and we'll be looking at Conan issue 1. I'm going to check back in the chat here and then get off line so that I can get some stuff done. I want a book. I love signed comics. Thank you so much. I'm very excited to see that book. I'm glad that that was the one. It was the one I voted for, so I was excited that that's the book that won. And he just posted his new video where you can pick between the 2 new books for January. So head on over to his channel for that. Thanos snaps again, says TJ. Happy New Year, people. I see some Happy New Year notices. You can, yeah, Tony, sorry, Mr. Garrell saying TJ's got some great channel videos. Totally. Sub up TJ Watson. There's some great videos. And I think it was Jeffrey making some really nice comments about the what TJ did for all of our channels this year. Some really great things. Let's see. Carlito's in here. Good to see you, Carlito. Jeffrey says use them for toilet paper. Well, you know, hey, there's an option. Stranded on a desert island, maybe. If I got a giant size X-Men, I'd have it bagged, boarded, and never read. And that's what I did. I got mine. I still can't believe I have one. I got mine, and I opened it and took pictures of some of the inside pages just to check, am I missing any pages or anything? Because I wanted to go through it. And then I've bagged, boarded, and then in a top loader and stored away where I've never touched it. So very excited to have it, but I'm never going to play with it. For her DC Comic Queen. Oh, Ryan, you've been teasing her about DC Comic Queen. Yeah. Mr. Garrell, good to see you. All right. It looks like everybody's John and Alec. Oh, my dad is in here. Hi, Dad. Good to see you. TJ Watson says John and Alec love the lists. Yeah, and we didn't have a lot of crossover on our list. There was a little bit of similarity between, you know, certain artists or certain writers, but check out the full video on Alec's channel. You can really get some cool stuff in there. Daniel Arzola, good to see you. Gorilla Todd. I got Gorilla Grodd and Gorilla Todd in here. Good to see you. Yeah, sub up TJ Watson. He's a great guy. Did I find a new co-host for John? I don't know if White Whale has found a new co-host yet. I think he's still looking. So keep your eyes and ears to the ground on that one. So thank you, everybody, for stopping in. Hi, Dad. Good to see you. And I might be on again later for an unboxing, but I will definitely be online reading Conan issue 1 and discussing it with Comic Tom and Alec tonight. So feel free to tune in and join us then. Yeah, it has been a while without the kids, and the girls and I will be on Saturday definitely to share what we've been reading, because there's been a lot of good reading happening and a lot of Christmas books and things to share. So tune in for Saturday morning Comics with Kids, because we'll be back full, ready to go. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I hope you're having a good new year, and hit me up on Instagram if you can chat about anything.